Hello everyone, my name is Daniel Lopez, and today I'm going to be talking about the life of Blaise Pascal. So why is Blaise Pascal so significant? Blaise Pascal's theory of probabilities is his greatest contribution to modern-day mathematics. It's because of this theory, and several others, that he has secured his spot for being one of the many great mathematicians that we know of today. Here on the right, we can see a picture of his probability theory. This gives a little bit of insight as to what it is. We'll be discussing that a little bit later on. So who was Blaise Pascal? Well, he was born on June 19th of 1623 in Clermont-Ferrand, France. He was the middle child. He had an older brother named Gilberte Pascal and a younger sister named Jacqueline Pascal. His mother was named Antoinette Begon, and his father was named Etienne Pascal. Unfortunately, Blaise Pascal's mother, Antoinette, passed away when he was younger. So his father was the teaching figure in most of his life. During Pascal's younger years, his father would take him to science conventions. There, Pascal gained an interest for both mathematics and science. Pascal was so dedicated to his work that he never married nor had any children of his own. And here on the right, we have a picture or drawing of Blaise Pascal. So what time period did Pascal live in? Pascal was born shortly at the end of the Renaissance period, which lasted between the years 1494 and 1610. During this time, there was an increase in scientific and mathematical discoveries. This time period would go on to be known as the Scientific Revolution, which lasted between the 17th and 18th century. As for the fashion during this time, as you can see in the picture, men wore tight leggings and fluffy upper clothing, so like jackets or sweaters. The colors were very colorful. You can see that they're blue, pink, red, and yellow, alongside several other colors. Women would wear dresses that would cover up their whole body, as to not look indecent. Men would carry around canes and swords with them as part of this also fashion piece. Whether they used it or not, I'm not entirely sure, but they did have it, perhaps in case there was a need to use it. So now let's talk about Pascal's theory of probability. As mentioned before, Pascal's theory of probability is a way of figuring out the odds of a certain event happening. So in this case, we'll be looking at a die and figuring out the odds of landing on the number 6. So here on the right, we have a picture of a die. As we know, there are 6 sides. Here we see 3, 6, and 5. And on the other side, we have 1, 2, and 4, which totals 6 sides. So now let's look at the formula. So the probability of event is equal to the number of ways the event can occur over the total number of possible outcomes. So once again, we're looking at the odds of tossing a die and having it land on the number 6. A die has 6 sides, and each side corresponds to a number 1 through 6. So now all we have to do is plug in these numbers into the formula. So as we know, the number of ways the event can occur, in this case we're looking for 6, can only happen once. Since if you toss a die, it'll only land on 1 6. There's only 1 6. And the total number of possible outcomes are 6. There are 6 different possible outcomes. So it can land on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then finally the number we're looking for, 6. So the chances of it occurring are 1/6. Or 16.7% chance of rolling the number 6 that we're looking for. So to conclude, although finding the odds of dice may be fun, that is not the only use for Pascal's theory of probabilities. In fact, it can actually be used to predict health conditions and genetics, as well as in business situations used to predict whether a newer business model would work based on previous business models. This can also be used to predict the profit that can come from these business models. So although finding it is fun, it's really only the peak of what can be done by using Pascal's theory of probabilities. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you guys learned something new. Thank you.